right, we are live, and we want to say good afternoon or good evening. I guess it's after 5 o'clock here on the East Coast, and we're on with the administrative assistant of the youth department, Miss Gail Murray. How you doing, Miss Gail?
I'm doing wonderful, Vandion. How are you today?
Doing good, doing good. And we have a few of our leaders from around the division who are on with us today. And we're just talking a little bit about how to do Zoom. And we are still in the learning stages, but I guess what we want to do today is at least share with you what we have learned. And I'm really just kind of here at the ninth hour, so forgive me. But uh, I saw a damsel in distress and tried to come to the aid.
I appreciate it.
No problem. But you can be heard now, Gail, and the time is yours to talk with the leaders that are on with us and those who will be watching this live and the rebroadcast. All right.
Well, everyone, welcome. And again, it's just to have a small, brief overview of how Zoom works. It's also an opportunity to ask some questions, those who are our panelists, and to have a little fun about just navigating through Zoom. So the first thing you want to always make sure is that you're not muted, or you're muted if you're not speaking. And you can do that by just clicking on the mute button. It will mute you. And it'll also give you an opportunity to wait to be heard as well. The next button on your lower screen, so we're going through the menu first, and then we're going to go back and use each one of those tabs. It's the stop video. You can stop your video and you can begin your video. The video also begins with various ways. You can click on it to stop it, or if you have a mic, you can use your up arrow and your command and V, and that would stop your video. To mute, if you have once again, if you have a Mac, you can just hit your space bar and your space bar will mute you as well. Moving right along, the next thing you see on your screen is participants. So as you can see on your screen, there are 6 of us. Your names are listed underneath. Some have decided not to be on screen at all. That is very well okay. So it shows the number of participants, and then we have our chat feature. That is something that's really great to use, because when you have a large number of individuals, you can chat with individuals to the side. If you have questions, you could privately chat with individuals that give you the opportunity to communicate without speaking verbally. Then the next thing you see is the share screen. That's where you can see the information that the host or the hostesses that have been given administrative right. There's a recording button that will record your Zoom conference. And then there's a reaction where you can either raise your hand, have a thumbs up, or just a smiley face. So starting back with the mute button, if you click on the mute button, the up arrow, it gives you a selection of things that you can do with your mic. That is very important when you have a Zoom conference call. You either want to connect with a mic on your laptop or your computer, but most people are using headphones or a built-in wireless headphones. That will give you a better understanding and a better, clear way of hearing things. Okay, so you have a built-in microphone. You can select the type of speakers and the audio setting. Let's go into your audio settings. Here is where you can control your volume, and you can control if the person that's speaking, if maybe they're not speaking loud enough, and so you want to increase it. In that area, as I'm speaking, you see a green light that's flashing.
Now, Gail, we're not seeing your screen. Are you intending to share your screen with us?
Yes, let me just share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about.
There you go.
So now I'm sharing my screen. And as you can see, it gives you a list of different tabs off to your left. Right now, we're just kind of dealing with the audio portion of it. So my speaker is pretty much doing what it's supposed to be doing. The input volume is midway. My test mic is about, well, as I speak, you can see that the green lines are moving. And as you move up to the speaker, you can also test your speakers that way. Sometimes it's difficult to hear individuals. So this is a great way to be able to test your speakers. While we're in our settings, let's just go through the general steps here. You have the opportunity to have dual monitors, which I have a dual monitor that is going on our Sabbath morning worship programs. This is what I use a lot, my dual screen, so that I can move between the various platforms, Facebook or YouTube. Here also, you can automatically copy invite link. This is where you can invite people and copy the link and share it with individuals through their email. You can ask individuals to confirm, which some of you did once you joined this Zoom conference earlier. You can add a Zoom micros bar. We'll talk about that a little bit later because that's on the advanced side. When you talk about the video pops up, it gives you in a high def. And for those of you who do not have like great lighting in your house, you want to take advantage of the windows in your room. I'm sitting in front of a window, so you're getting a lot of natural light. Also, I have lights on so that my face is projected better, so it doesn't seem like I'm in a dungeon. So when you're in a dark space, you look dark. So you want to make sure that you're pictured and you're giving the information and you're projecting very well across a video screen. And you know, of course, it doesn't hurt to smile every now and then. So off to your left, to your right, excuse me. Right now, I've enabled high definition. I don't want to mirror my video. Where it says touch up my appearance, if you don't have great lighting, that is where you can click on that button. And it's supposed to make you look like a supermodel.
My.
So moving down, it says there's a tab there for the meetings. I always display participants' name on their videos. That helps a lot if individuals has questions or concerns. I want to turn off my video when I'm joining the meeting because, you know, sometimes I'm not quite ready. I do have a grandchild who's here with me who loves to photobomb every now and then. So praise God that she's has her own set of headphones on right now.
Hey, Gail, I think it's important also that when you are running your own Zoom meeting, for those who are watching, requiring the names to be on the screen is also for security.
Yes.
Because if you don't put that on, then anybody can join your meeting. And if it's a closed meeting where you don't want certain people on or they shouldn't be on the meeting, when they come on, because they haven't identified themselves, they won't allow them on. And so you want to make sure, and I would advise anybody that's doing a Zoom to have that checked so that everybody that's on, you can account for them security wise. So that's a good thing to do.
Yes.
Even if they change their name to you know, Big Daddy, at least you know Big Daddy is on, and Big Daddy has to identify themselves in order to get into the meeting.
That's right.
So for security purposes, it's a good thing to have that checked.
Yes. So my checks and balances are already pre-done for me because I use Zoom every day. As Pastor Van Dion just mentioned, it is crucial that you have this checked off because of the bombing and the improper conversations that people would like to have while you're on Zoom.
And then if you're taking attendance, you also have a way to get attendance and say, okay, Roden was on, Ursula was on, Van Dion was on, Gail was on, that kind of thing. When you're done, you'll have an attendance as well.
Great points there, Van Dion. As we move down, we talked about the audio. Right now, I'm sharing my screen so that you can see the different tabs that are associated in your settings. So we're sharing the screen now. We talked about chat a little bit. Chat is very important as well. But before I speak about that, let me go back to my share screen. Again, it's talking about, I want to be in full screen when you see me. Also checked off is scale to fit, my Zoom window. If I want to have a presenter, if I want to present myself side by side mode, that's also selected. And the silence notification is also silenced and checked off. And that's because when people join your meeting, you don't want to hear these buzzers going off, bing, 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 like your phone is going off. So make sure that these things are checked for your settings. In the chat mode, pretty much the same thing. Change my status if I'm away. Let me move that out of the way, I'm sorry. Bounce my applications icon. That's only once, that's when I'm trying to log in. Block users, so I can block people if they appear on the screen and they're not supposed to be here with us. Also check the start at the first unread. So when you first start coming onto Zoom, that I can see who you are. And they're pushing all of my notifications as well. So when you're chatting and everything, I can see all of the chats, and we'll speak about that a little bit later. And I'll show you that you can also save your chats as you are having your Zoom call. Virtual background. Many people want to know how to change your background. So Zoom already comes with preloaded images, which is the Golden Gate Bridge, the grass scene, and the earth scene. The other images that you see in my selections are images that I took from YouTube. So someone in the chat said, show me how to do it. All right, I will. So in order to change my picture to something different, what you want to do is hover over this little plus sign where it says add image or video. Click on it, add an image. Now you already need to have an image loaded on your system. But if you don't, what you need to do is go out to Facebook, Google images for background, Zoom images for backgrounds. There are so many out there. Choose the one that you would like, and then that becomes part of your gallery. Let me just pick something from my drop-down menu. Let's pick this right here. And as you can see, I've changed my background from the Golden Gate Bridge to a nice grassy garden. Now, what's keeping me looking all stable and in place, I'm not moving around, I'm not losing my hand. Well, I am a little bit. I have a green screen behind me that helps with the overall image so that I'm not looking like I'm distorted or anything. Vandion is notorious about having those types of backgrounds, and he's really good at, he has one that's really freaky too. Or maybe he'll change it later on and you can see what I'm talking about, where it's just him. I don't know how he did it. Maybe he pre-recorded it earlier and he sneaks up on himself. That is crazy. So Vandion, how did you do that?
You actually have to pre-record it and then throw it into your virtual background as a video. I actually took it off, so I can't show everybody, but yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's pretty nice. Yeah. So as you can see, you can have any type of background that you would choose. Just make sure it's not distracting for anyone that's viewing your video. So right now, this one, I think I'm gonna keep this one because I like the background. Recording. When you're doing or setting up any type of Zoom, as you can see, my recording, everything is already preset for me. When you're recording, it's important to be able to share this later with individuals from your team. Say, for instance, you want to do a training or adventure or pathfinder training, and some of your participants didn't take part in that particular meeting. Well, you can always share the link with them and they will be able to view the training through the Zoom that you provided for them. My profile, I'm not going to click on that because it has personal information on it. It also provides the statistics, how much memory that my machine is using, what kind of what my monitor looks like. Overall, I'm I'm on my Wi-Fi, my home Wi-Fi, which is really important. When you connect with Zoom and you have other people on your Zoom call, you want to either hardwire, that means connect with an Ethernet connection, or you want to be on your Wi-Fi. And you want to make sure no one else is on your Wi-Fi at that time, because we've had a lot of storms and your Wi-Fi can get knocked off at any given time. Feedback is just kind of talks about what kind of feedback that we can give back to Zoom. Then you have your keyboard shortcuts, and then you have accessibility, which is not clicked off anyway. So any questions or concerns? Bandian, what has been some of your challenges as you have grown into Momentum Weekly?
Well, the biggest challenge is sound and music, and I think preparation for that, for anybody that's going to run a Zoom meeting, even if it's an internal meeting and you're not live in a public space, you want to make sure that preparatory to actually starting the meeting, invite people to come on at least 10 to 15 minutes ahead if it's a meeting of importance to you. And most all of my meetings are meetings of importance, because I mean I just don't have time to come and sit in front of a Zoom meeting and be frustrated because we can't hear each other, background noise, those kinds of things. And so I think it's paramount to get on early enough to make sure that your sound is working well. Gail, go back and share your screen, and let's go to the audio, because some of our leaders that are on today will invariably at some point start having some musical guests to join them. If you have you get together with your own family and you guys have a worship experience together, and maybe somebody in the family can sing, you want them to sing, you want that to be heard. Or you're on with your pathfinders and they have a gift, they want to share talent with an instrument. If you click on audio, for those who are watching the screen now, and then Gail, go to advanced, and it is here where you want to, at the very top here, it says show in meeting option to enable original sound. And if you all notice, Gail has that checked already. And for many people, they don't even know to check that box. What that box does is it prevents the music from being drowned out, or the person from being drowned out. And so the music can come across clearer, as opposed to if as you're saying something, it kind of dies out and then it pops back in, dies out and pops back in. The reason for that is Zoom is not really set up for music; it's set up for talking. And so to make sure that you can get as clear as possible a sound, you want to click the original sound on your audio section. Okay, so I think that's an absolute must. And every week, Gail can tell you, we have musical guests on with us, and if they get on late, invariably they're not going to sound as well as we know they can sound. And it's not because of them, it's because of their they don't have this particular box checked for the music portion, because Zoom is not really set up for a singing operation. It's set up more for a talking operation. But this will suppress and allow the music to come through as clear as possible, clearer than you would with it unchecked. So I think that's a good thing to have and have checked. I think the other thing is under recording, more than you would know, people, if anybody's like me, some things are taught, but then there are other things that are caught, where a lot of stuff can be caught as you're doing these kinds of meetings, and you didn't get a chance to write it down. You don't know how to go back and get it or whatever. You want to hit record from the beginning of your meeting, and that way you'll know you will have that information. You can go back and listen to it again. I can't tell you how many times I've done that, and it's been a tremendous blessing. So that record button can be a tremendous blessing to you. Click on statistics for me, Madam Gail, and here this will share with you the number of people that are tracking with you, information that is within your own particular Zoom meeting. I think the other thing I want to go back to, Gail, if you don't mind, is the go back to the share screen.
While you're doing that, can we record this program?
Um,
Maybe.
well, it's actually going to be rebroadcast on YouTube.
Thank you.
Yeah, so you can just go back to um, this date, and you'll see it there, and you can actually watch it over
Thank,
and over again.
thank you.
And yeah, so on the share your screen, um, um, let me see here. What am I looking for? Oh, so okay, you can click off of that. Just go up to the top and hit your not general, but right above it, right above general, and hit the dot. Yeah, click close. Okay, and I'm going to share mine now. So stop sharing.
That's the other thing. You need to place your that toolbar right there in front of your laptop. I have a tendency to want to look over to my left or to my right because that's where my additional monitors are. And so I can, as Van Dion was speaking, I wanted to look over to my right, but I know I could not because my webcam, my camera is right here in front of me. So all yours, Van Dion.
Okay, I don't know. Let me see. So you guys just see my screen. Yeah. There is, okay, it's not going to let me show it to you all, but you all will be able to do it. So at the bottom of your, at the very bottom, the icons at the bottom, you see mute, stop video, security, participants, chat, share screen. When you click on share screen, I need everybody to just click on that. When you click on that, you'll see two options at the bottom. It says share computer sound, optimize screen share for video clip. Whenever you're going to share a video from your computer and you want everybody to hear it and hear it well, you need to click on the share computer sound, because if you don't, it won't sound as clear, and the video will play low, especially when you're on live YouTube. So it'll be like we can hear it more internally, but for those who are watching and they don't have access to our closed group here by Zoom, they won't hear the video sounding as loud as it can sound. And so you want to make sure when you hit share screen, immediately click share computer sound so that it will give the same amount of volume, not only for this meeting internally, but for those who are watching on YouTube. I don't know if you heard some people say, you know, I can barely hear them on YouTube or even on Facebook. Is because they can barely hear it because they didn't share the computer sound for the video clip. So that's another good tip just to keep in mind. All right, I think everybody knows how to use the reaction buttons, and I saw Benita on earlier. She put us down, but she was thumbing up everything, and she was.
There it is on the screen again.
She was putting her hand claps. Now you all, and forgive me, I know we lied, but you the reason why my hands are so dark is because I'm dark. Come on, say amen. All right, and I didn't want the hands to misrepresent. Let's see now, Ernestine, she can go a little darker with them hands, but I ain't mad at her. But that's how you use those, and then the more button gives you the option if you have the pro version to do live on Facebook, live on YouTube, or live on a streaming network that allows you to push to both of those platforms simultaneously. That's what the more button does for you.
Let's talk a little bit about that Zoom licenses. So currently the one that we have that we use for our office is a corporate account, which gives us a plethora of buttons to use and all sorts of tools to use, resources to use in Zoom. We use it a lot, but for those of you who need a little bit more power or a little bit more time, because some of the Zooms that you have are time restraints, has time restraints associated with them. Ours do not. The business account allows you so many hosts, but then the pro account also gives you a little bit more resource and access. So we really are enjoying the one that we have. Also, there's a way for your conference to be able to connect with Zoom through a very discounted rate. We'll talk, that's in another Zoom, but I just wanted to kind of put that in a little bit. So let me, you had some more things you were talking about, Vanyon, as you were going down the toolbar.
No, that's, you know, some of these other things, you know, you just have to play around with them. We haven't done the polling yet, but here in the next few weeks, we're going to do some polling just to see how people are feeling about our regular shows that we do every Sabbath. But some of the things you have to play with. I think the other thing is, anybody on here have a green screen? Talk to me. And if you see how clear, how my background looks, that's primarily because I have a green screen behind me, and it keeps you from being lost. Like, see how I'm waving my hand, and you see how your hand, Ursula, is like it's going away. It leaves us and then it comes back. I mean, I know that you're omniscient, but and omnipresent, you know, so you can be everywhere and just kind of go away and come back. But the green screen will allow you to like remain and not be lost. And so let me show you. Let me see here. Okay. So if you go to virtual background, I have, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, y'all. I didn't share my screen with you first. Let me share my screen.
Yep, share your screen, Vanyon, with us, please.
Okay. All right, no problem. Here we go. So I'm going to go here, and I'm going to go to preferences. And you guys see, you see my screen now? And so I hit virtual background, and if you notice here, I have a green screen because I do. And I'll show you my green screen here. This is how I really look. Y'all see that? So this is really how I look right now. I have this green screen, and then if you don't want, and this is called a web around, and so this green screen actually is attached to the back of my my chair. So you know, because I want to help you, I just show you. You can see here it attaches to the back of my my office chair, and it's a huge circle that is green, and it allows me to put anything on my background. But let's just say you don't want to buy this web around. It's like $80. It was an investment for me since I knew I was going to be here for a minute. Here's what else you can do. Y'all ready? Now I know most of you all are very sophisticated, and you know you shop high dollar stuff. But I'm just going to tell you that another way to get around that is simply go to Walmart and get some green paper.
That's it.
Oh, bless you.
How much did that cost you?
Look at Ursula laughing at me. All the folk on YouTube, y'all see my secrets? That's it. I got some green poster board paper, like 27 cents a sheet. And I got about 20 of those. And
$3 a pack.
Huh?
$3.59 for the pack.
$3.59 for the pack. And listen, you can get the painters. What's the thing that you hang? You can hang stuff on your wall, and you pull it, and it won't pull the paint off. That's what I use on the back of it, so that when I'm done, I can just pull that, and nothing happens to my background, my wall. Me and my lovely wife, we're not gonna be falling out because I messed up her walls and stuff like that. You know, and I put all of that behind me, and that covers up some of the dead space that the big web around doesn't get. So if you see me moving to the side a little bit, you see the little paint on the wall here, and I just try to hide it just like that, right? And then I can always adjust my screen a little bit and get the rest of it out. And now I can go back to my green screen, since I have one, and I can choose. Are you guys seeing my screen right now? Right?
Yes.
Okay. So I can go back to my green screen, and I can live in my glory days of when I was a college student at Oakwood and on at Andrews, and I had my little green pickup truck, you know, and I can put my green pickup truck up there and just hang out, you know, and now I'm not being lost. You see that? Mm-hmm. Like when and now if I change this, you see how Ursula gets lost? If I change this and I go and I don't click on I have a green screen, then all of a sudden you'll start seeing some green penetrating through my hands a little bit.
Right.
I see that. So the green screen takes out all of that for you, and it allows you to actually not get lost in your meeting. And this is for Brother Roden right here. I mean, I know he's gonna appreciate this. I mean, he has to appreciate something like that. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, see, I gotta witness. And I do that with it. I only do that when I'm on with a bunch of men to make them, make them start smelling some fuel or something. But this is usually what I have on, because this is what we do on a weekly. And then I click on I have a green screen, and then it keeps me from bleeding. That's the word I'm looking for. It keeps me from bleeding through my actual screen. Even Gail, as amazing as her background looks, if she moves too fast, she will get hidden, or it looks like she's out in space somewhere, and the green screen helps you do that. And I've seen people actually go to Target, I'm sorry, I didn't mean no harm, and get a green sheet and just tie it on a rope and put it behind them, and then they can set up for their meeting. When they're done, just drop it and keep it moving. And I would say, Gail, and I have no desire to keep talking here. I'm done after I say this. But I would say to those who are watching, if you know you're going to be doing this for a while, and I will tell you, based on how things are going, we're going to be in this space a little longer than we really desire to be. But I think God is doing something with all of us. He's repurposing all of us. I feel a word coming on, but I ain't gonna preach today. I preached yesterday twice. So, but I just feel like if we're going to do this, and for all of you all who are on here, the reason why you're on here is because God has called you. He has placed his hands on you. He's given you the ability to be a leader. And anybody else could have been chosen, but he's chosen you. And I think that each time he has given us this opportunity, we have to do it. It's a mandate that we do it with excellence. And so I want to encourage us. I want to challenge us to put a few dimes or pennies away to make sure that whatever we're doing on the screen, and we're going to be before people, even if it's internal, you always want to do it at the highest level possible, because God requires of us excellence. And if we have an excellent product, when people come on, they will be not only impressed, but they will be convicted to be a part and stay a part of this. And they don't think this is something just thrown together at the last minute. So I want to encourage you to invest a few dimes in this. I wish you could see, like, I am black, unapologetically. I'm black. I'm not, brown skin. I'm black. Okay, so I need what do you call that? Oh, light. I need as much light as I can get on me. Hallelujah. And so right in front of me, the reason why I'm looking like I look right now is because I have this light, this light right on my face. All right. And you see what happens when I turn it off? So listen, it won't do me no good to walk in darkness. You know what I'm saying? I got to walk in the light. I mean, I need the light of the glory of the Lord on me at all times. I got to walk in the light. All right. And so I want to encourage you, get a nice light. I don't know what I did with the, but I mean, they have these circle lights all that you can get $39, $49, and you want to put it right in front of you. Light yourself up, because if you're seen, you become more believable. I see a hand, Miss Sharon. Gail is our leader here. So Gail, I'll defer to you, and whatever questions people have, I'll try to answer if you don't answer them.
Yeah, if you could check it out for me in the chat for me, please.
No questions in the chat. Yes, I saw Miss Sharon raising her hand though.
Yes, Miss Sharon, how can we help you? You have to unmute.
I was going to put it in the chat, but I have one of those ring lights.
Yes, ring light.
It's on a stand, and it seems to only get one side of my face. So do I need to get a desk one?
So, Miss Sharon, I have one of those ring lights, and the way my desk is set up, I can't use. I have a stand that it came with, you know, and then I bought another stand. I mean, a lot of stuff is trial and error. You know,
Yes.
I bought a smaller stand, and even when I put the smaller stand up, it still won't work. And so, you know, I found a different way. You know, you just, I mean, again, because our responsibility is to do it at the highest level of excellence as we can. We can't just give them, so I can't make this work. So I have my ring light here, and I'm gonna unhook it here.
Very good.
I just, I got it. Look, here it is. But I decided to find another way, and I got this clip. I got a clip. Y'all seeing all my business now. But you see this clip right here?
Okay.
Clip, and I put the light right in front of me and clipped it right on here on this little thing in front of me on my desk, and it's allowing me to get what I need without having to go without the light. 'Cause I gotta have the light. And I
Okay,
realized
so you were innovative doing something with it.
yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Very
nice.
clear.
Refusing to give up and go with the status quo and make this thing a priority so that I have a good product to bring before the Lord, even on Zoom.
And this can get kind of costly, so it depends on your budget. You know, Sharon, you look really great, lit up. So do you, Ursula. I can't see the other participants. Vandy don't always look well because, as he said earlier, this has been a trial and error for us. You know, when COVID hit, that following Sabbath, we were online.
We were.
So we've been on since how many months? 6 months?
5 months now.
5 months.
Every single week. We've not missed a Sabbath.
Right. So
Every
please join
single-
us.
Yeah. So you would look, you know, as if your looks need to be improved upon. But in terms of being more professional, you throw that green screen behind you, it will again take away all of the bleeding that comes through. And you know, frankly, you know, you just get a chance to, especially like I just did a meeting with a bunch of ladies for this lady, Shirley Scott. She was doing a prayer conference. Wonderful prayer conference. But in order for there to be consistency, she wanted everybody to have the same background. And so like you see this momentum background, let's say, for example, I would send that to Ursula, to Sharon, to Brother Rode and Lockett. Everybody would have that. So when we all come on, we look like we're together. So, you know, I do love the individuality that we can have sometimes, but certain meetings kind of require us to all kind of walk together. And so you want to make sure you have that option if you get another background. And do you all know how to, maybe Gail, we should show them how to add backgrounds. So Zoom comes with 2 or 3 backgrounds, but you don't have to be married to those. You can change, you know, and I say, you know, whenever you get the opportunity to date something else, go ahead and date it if it's not going to, you know, cost you a whole lot, you know. So I got a few other backgrounds that that don't come with Zoom, but if you have pictures, like I just have one with me and the new president of the North American Division and the president of the General Conference, and I just added that to my photos, and now it's me, Elder Bryant, and Elder Wilson. You know, it's just a photo that I took with my phone, uploaded on my computer, and then go right to your images and drop it right into your Zoom link, and you can use that as a background.
This is the Vanyon. See, and this has all been through trial and error.
Trial and error. But you may want to throw your, I mean, there were times I would be on this meeting and I would have, you know, my wife, I had her looking over my shoulder once and I said, well, that's not good. I mean, that means I can't even go to my meeting without her looking over my shoulder. So I changed that and just put her, you know, dead center. Come on, say amen. But yeah, so you can, you know, the options are just too numerous to
right.
talk about.
I wanted to show you guys the lights that I use. I also have a ring. So my ring is sitting at 10 o'clock, I'm sorry, 9 o'clock on my left. I have a light in back of my laptop, and I'm using this light. Oh man, you can't see it because of my green screen. Anyway, this is the kind of lighting I'm using for myself. But again, you can just take an ordinary lamp and put it behind your computer or laptop, and that will give you really enough lighting that you may need. Like we said earlier, if you're in front of a window, natural lighting is very nice. See, then you can see all of the enhancements of our handsome Van Dion, right? That's right. So I want to share my screen again and share some notes that I took down earlier that talks about some of the best practices. So as you can see, we talked about test your technology. It is so important that your technology is tested on time. When we meet on Sabbath, we come in 30 minutes so that we could do any kind of orientation. Van Dion talked about any kind of technology challenges that may occur, which happens all the time. So you want to just be ready. You want to manage your time. You know, sometimes our conference calls go a little bit longer and we get a little weary and we're like, it's time to go, you know, and everyone is like, yeah, it's time to go. So make sure you're managing your time more very efficiently. Turn on your videos so that we can see your beautiful faces. It's really important that we see your videos, the video of yourself, because your body language says a lot. Sometimes you'll see people down looking at their hands, they're typing, or they're doing other assignments while they're on a call with you. You want to not have that take place. Turn off your phone. Make sure you turn off your cell phones, because nothing is more distracting than having your cell phone on. You know, for us, we have assignments that are given to each of us for our Zoom calls. Van Dion is the lead, he's the facilitator. So normally I'm on the background. You never hardly see me unless they are asking me a particular question. But assign a timekeeper, assign a person that's assign a person that's your technology person. That happens to be Armando or Tracy. So it's only 4 of us, but we all share the responsibility. And you know, you don't have to take notes doing Zoom. Some things you need to avoid for these distractions. They can be really, really bad. You know, my granddaughter, like I said, she likes to video Zoom us, bomb us. You want to make sure your background is something nice, that is not offensive. You don't want to be someplace where it's noisy, someone's walking, people are walking behind you. And please, everybody, put your pets up. We don't want to see their kitten tails. We don't want to see their faces all over the screen, even though they're very, very funny. Again, we talked about being on the phone. Put a sign up on the door. So I had to put a sign up on my door when I'm on these calls. Please do not come downstairs. The word is no. You can get it later. Are you dying? Okay, if you're not dying, then you don't need my attention. One of the things about etiquette for Zoom is that you don't want to be eating or caught. You know, sipping on water is really great. You know, your tongue, you're tired. You know, you want to be able to quench your thirst. That's the word that I was looking for. So here's some other little ideas, some rules that you might want to keep in place as you're having your Zoom calls. You know, Van Dion just talked about the lighting, how important it is. To my left, your right, you see the person lit up on a webcam. We're not saying that you need a webcam, because most of your laptops and computers are really good. But if you choose to go out and invest in one, make sure it's a high quality, high definition. So Gary's gonna really get me about this. When you're on camera, make sure the camera and the angle is on you, that you're not looking off because it's a distraction. Get a stand for your computer. Make sure it's eye level. If you could see mine, or if you're looking at this picture now of Gary, Gary has books, stacks of books, to make sure that he is eye level. Even though you cannot see his pants, it's really important that you look clean and neat and professional. We cannot stress that. There's been so many embarrassing moments that has taken place while people are on Zoom. So we really want to make sure that you are looking professional, that everyone is in queue. Van Dion, have you come across anyone that has had embarrassing moments? Has there been any embarrassing moments on your Zoom?
Not on my Zoom, but someone sent me a Zoom, and some of you all may have seen it, where a lady was in a staff meeting with her whole team, and she came into the house, and she was still holding her phone and talking, and she was walking fast as she was walking through the house, and you discovered that she was in a hurry as she was talking because she needed to use the restroom, and she walked into the restroom and took her position and and happened to look over and realize, look at Ursula, she happened to realize everybody is watching what she's doing. She took the phone and threw it over, and so everybody started saying, what just happened here? And it was just like total silence. And so she unplugged herself from that. So, there is a time to do something like this right here. Stop your video and to do this. That is, mute yourself, okay? And she, Miss Sharon, she didn't do either of those. And so that was a huge embarrassing moment. It just reminded me to be more, keenly aware of what's going on. I think a lot of us have to do that. One of my friends called me and said that he was in a meeting, and they were just before they were getting ready to pray. The person who was on the video, their kid came in and did something, and the person started using vulgar language and just didn't realize that they were not muted. And so that was one of those awkward moments, and the people started texting and saying, we didn't know he talked like that. Well, so things like that, you want to be on your best behavior. And I say, the best way to do that is just ask the Lord to help you, to change you. Hallelujah. And you'll be okay. But yeah, make sure you use those. Go silent if you know you're going to have some challenges going on behind you. I do remember once we were getting ready to pray, and somebody came on, and they knew this was a prayer line, and the entire time they had some rap music going, and the language behind it was like, but now you knew you were getting on a prayer line. It's stuff like that you got to be cognizant of,
right,
when you get ready to do these Zoom meetings. And trust me, family, we're going to be here
yes,
for just a little while longer. And since we're going to be here, it doesn't turn down our need to be excellent. It actually turns up our need to be excellent in all of our meetings and make sure that we have great presentations.
So we want to show you a few more things, and then we'll open it up for Q&A. So one of the things we wanted to show you was how to schedule a Zoom conference. So share that. So right now you see, sorry, I'm trying to move this. Okay. Right now you can see the icon that says meetings. Excuse me, my screen just moved a little bit, but here's how you would schedule a new meeting. Just click on schedule new meeting. I don't know why my screen it's so small, but we'll go through it anyway. And your topics, what is your topic? You type in whatever your topic may be. And you want to give it a description, adventure leadership training. When do you want it to take place? And you give it a time, a date, a time, AM or PM. How long do you want your call to be? Well, we don't put anything there because sometimes our calls can go a little longer. Make sure you're choosing the right time zone so that individuals who are connecting on the West Coast or somewhere else, they have the correct time. Is this a reoccurring meeting? So if this is a meeting that you have all the time, like the ones that we have with our staff, we have a staff meeting. We used to have a staff meeting every day, but praise the Lord that we have it every other day. But NAD as a whole, we meet every morning at 9 a.m. Do you want them to read?
Gail, sorry to cut you off. Also, our Sabbath school and youth church meets at the same time every single Sabbath. So every Saturday, we know from 9 to 11:15, we're going to have this reoccurring meeting. So we just have the same link. So we set it one time, and that way we don't have to keep sending out a link.
Yes, that is very aggravating, especially when you use the link and it doesn't work. Mm-hmm. So scrolling down just a little bit, we talked about registration. If you want to make it required, you can. The host video is on along with the participants. So when you log on, your video is already on and it's already set by the host, the administrator. Now I can turn it off or require you to be in a waiting room, to wait in a waiting room. Sometimes that's good too if the host has not quite gotten themselves together. We talked about the audio a little bit. So the ones that are already pre-checked, enable join before host, yes, that's fine with me. Mute participant upon arrival. As Vandion talked about, sometimes like my brother, he is notorious. He is, there's no words for him. He's out in the streets somewhere and he's talking to people passing, or he's in the store, or he's in Walmart. Oh my gosh. So just be mindful. And then once you have set the time and the date, you just hit save and it automatically sends this to your Google account, my NAD account, or whatever email that you have set up. So that is how you would go about setting up a call to your constituents. Lastly, let me share one more time. Oops, hit the wrong thing. So let me share my my screen again. That's not a good picture. I'm trying to get away from that screen. Let me open it up just a little bit more. Sorry about that. Now I'll share my screen. So what I wanted to share with you guys was that, I don't know if you see this Zoom chat right here. Right here, you can talk to people privately. If you click on the up arrow, you can speak to everyone that is a part of this Zoom call, which are 12 participants. Right here, you can upload files if you choose.
Gail, we're not seeing that.
You're not seeing that?
No, I've got, you didn't select the right screen. I guess we're seeing the screen with your.
Do you see that now?
Your desktop, we are seeing whatever is on your desktop.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stop sharing because I don't want you to be looking at my desktop. Any questions so far? Concerns?
Yes, I have a question, which is what you were just trying to do. How do you share? I know I came in late, but how do I share a document and a video?
So
did y'all do that already?
Yes, you can do that through your share screen. So down at the bottom of your screen, there should be a green folder that says share screen. Do you see that?
Uh-huh.
Well, because you're not a co-host, you may not be able to share your screen. So Vandion, can we give them access to be able to see the screen that way?
So who wants to, I can make somebody a host right now and then they can practice it. Anybody want to try?
I'll try it.
All right, Miss Sharon, I'm gonna make you a co-host. You big time right now. All right, you're a co-host. Now, if you look at the bottom there, right beside chat, you see the word share screen?
Yes.
Click that. And then, and then in that white box, click on what you want to share.
Which white box?
When you hit share screen, it should have given you your desktop as one option, whiteboard, and something else. So click one of those. Either one.
And then hit share. So it lit up green.
That's it. And now we
So
see your screen.
that's,
Look at you. You bad. Now we see
That's right.
Allegheny Adventure Association.
okay. And now to unshare.
Just hit stop.
Stop.
Stop sharing at the top there.
Oh, up at the top.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
There you go. Look at you.
So if I wanted to do a video now, I don't have a video. So if someone else has a video.
So they would do the same thing. They will hit share screen. Then they would click on the video
Mm-hmm.
and then hit share, and it'll pop up and hit play.
So something says that you must not use your computer screen when you're sharing a video. You must use the video. You must use, like if you pull it off of YouTube, and if you pull in a video off of YouTube, is there rights to it or only with music?
Correct. That is correct. So you want to make sure that whatever you're sharing, you have authorization to share it. Because here's the thing, you may start sharing it, but what you'll do is you'll put the entire meeting, if you're live, you'll put the entire meeting in jeopardy where social media will shut it down, period.
Okay.
Or they'll shut down 3/4 of the meeting because you had some authorized video playing or somebody else's song playing without their permission to play it. So you don't ever want to do that.
So is that just apply to songs, or does it apply to taking other stuff off of YouTube or somewhere else?
Yeah, you don't have the authorization to use YouTube stuff unless it's your stuff.
Right.
Okay.
Right. So you don't want to get caught, someone knocking at your door or a nice little letter saying that you're in violation, or you caused some kind of, I don't know, but it is illegal. But there are places that you can purchase videos and you buy it and that becomes yours. That's different. Okay. So in your chat, you're able to upload files if you want to share it during your meeting. Again, I'm not able to do that because it's showing my other screen. And also you can save your chat. So when we're online with, if you click on chat, everybody click on chat, off to the very far right. I'm not sure if you have this access, but there's a way that you can upload a file. Let me see if I can share my screen. Let me go back. I'm going to share my screen so you can see what I'm talking about. So for whatever reason, I'm not able to do that right now.
Yeah, it won't let you share your screen?
No, it won't let me share my screen. So in your chat, if you click on chat, off to the very far right, it says file. That is where you can upload files. And also there are 3 dots there. If you click on save your chat, and it saves it to your notebook or something, your notebook page. Mine is notebook. So it would just save it in your text area. And so guys, that's pretty much it, how to use Zoom. So did we miss anything, Vandion?
Not that I know of, ma'am. You're my leader.
Yes. Any other questions or concerns? And we'll do a follow-up on this particular Zoom. That way, as Ms. Sharon had the opportunity to share, so will you. You have to practice. So you will be able to be proficient. And as Vandion said, we're going to be in this space for a little bit until they decide what's going to happen with this quarantine. There's a question in our chat.
Is this recorded?
No, I didn't.
It's actually on YouTube as we speak. And once we log off, it'll be there to review infinitum. So you can hit the share button and share it from YouTube to anybody, or copy the link and send it to whoever you want.
So we talked about lighting, we talked about equipment, we talked about the do's and don'ts. You know, so when you set up a Zoom conference meeting, do not use your personal Zoom account. Use the one that is generated by Zoom. Is that right, Van Dion? Because that's how other people are able to hack into your Zoom. We talked about how important it is for you to have your video on while you are speaking. So I'm going to share my screen one more time. I'm going to show you how you can see the presenter and the presenter's slide next to each other as the presenter is speaking. So if you would, go up to the very top of your screen, and there's 3 dots that says more. Click on that, or yeah. Or I think yours says view screen. I'm sorry. So it'll say view screen, and then from there you click on side by side, and you should be able to see myself and my slide together.
It's the view options button.
The view option button. Thank you.
Button. And then at the very bottom, it says side by side, right before annotate, exit full screen.
Were you able to do that? So now you should be able to see, now you need to center.
No, I'm sorry, don't mean to cut in. I wasn't able, I went up to view options and I checked side by side mode.
So there is a bar that should be off to the side. You have to grab that bar and then bring it towards the center, and then it should be able to adjust. Where you see Van Dion, well, you see myself and my screen or my slides. You should be able to see it that way.
I don't know if I understood that.
There's the bar.
Where's the bar, you mean? I don't see a bar.
Okay, no worries.
It's a little line that's going vertical.
Right.
Right beside your video, I mean, right beside our photos right now, if you just hover your mouse over a little bit towards Gail's slides, just as you move from your picture over towards her slides, you'll see a little bar that will highlight. It's going vertical. If you click on that, you can drag it left or right, and it'll make you smaller or make her slides bigger, whichever one you choose.
Right.
Whichever way you drag it. You see it, Ernestine?
Yes, I have the arrow on it there. See the arrow on it? Yes, you can't see it.
Yeah, I wish I could show it to you.
That's Ernestine adjusted.
So that is how that is done. And one last thing, while we're still sharing, I'm still sharing my screen. If you look above your toolbar, look above, I'm sorry. If you look on the toolbar has some things that you can do also within your slideshow. So you could do an annotate, which means I could draw circles. Something. I can draw circles on my screen. I forget what you call those little sticks, but you would do better that way. There's some things that you can do as well with your screen as you're sharing your slides. You can add text if you wanted to. So just click on the text button and begin typing. It'll help if you could spell. Mary had a little lamb. And you also could put a stamp there. So like put a heart. You're just gonna put a heart right there by Gary's head. You know, so there are little things that you can do at your screen as you are presenting. So everyone, thank you so much for joining us. Any additional questions or concerns?
No question, just remind everyone to send you their email.
Right, so in my chat, please send me your email address so that for those who are working on their certification on technology, that you will get credit for attending this training this afternoon.
Okay.
Pastor Van Dion, lead us out, please.
All right. Thank you all for being on. Sorry for the delay.
Wait a second. How do I send? I see to everyone. What do I do here? If I need to send.
Type your email address in right there to everyone.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Thank you all for being on. And yeah, Gail will connect with you all again for part 2 of this. Put some pennies aside and make your studio your studio. Hook it up so you can look nice. Let's talk to Jesus. Thank you, Father, that we're able to share this time together this evening. We are ever learning, and thank you for putting us in learning mode and making us teachable. We only want to do what's going to bring glory to your name. And so as these amazing leaders connect with their teens and children to continue to their learning in their different respective ministries, we pray that we will do it with excellence and that it would draw their hearts closer to you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you, Gail.
Thank you,
Pastor.
Thanks for being
All
here.
right. Blessings. Good to see
Thank you, guys.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Thanks loads. And until we meet again, be blessed.
Amen.
Amen.
How do I get out?
Miss Gail, are you able to get all of this in the all these emails over here?
Yes, I'll copy it. Are we still live?
Yeah, let me stop it. I'm sorry. Thank you.